Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, your go-to source for all things women's health. I'm here to guide you through the ups and downs of hormonal changes, helping you understand how these shifts impact every aspect of your life. So whether you're in the perimenopause phase or really any other phase of life, looking to improve your overall well-being, or just seeking practical tips on stress management, nutrition, and fitness, then this podcast is for you. Join me as we explore holistic and functional approaches to health, share expert insights from guests, and empower you to feel your best at every stage of life. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Hey friends, welcome back to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer, and today we're taking a little field trip to the grocery store, not literally, although that would be fun, though actually I will keep you in on a little secret of mine. I do the deliveries, so there you go. But it is in the grocery cart, or what's in my list. So because believe it or not, the things that we toss into that cart every week, they tell a story. So now before you picture this perfect health coach, nutritionist cart filled with like kale, salmon, and organic quinoa, organic everything, let me just be real with you. That is not my reality. Sure, you'll find plenty of fresh produce and nourishing staples in there. I also do meal delivery services because I'm not the greatest in the kitchen. But you're also going to spot a few things that might surprise you and maybe even make you feel like a little better about your own cart each week. So in fact, let's just get my guilty pleasures out of the way right now. I'm just confession time because yes, every couple of weeks you'll see a bag of the Cloud white cheddar protein popcorn in there. I know that's a hot controversial topic lately because a lot of people, there's, either you love it or you hate it. That's what I'm hearing across the board. I don't know about the other flavors, but this particular flavor I actually enjoy. You'll also see Annie's extra cheddar bunnies. Yep, the kid snack. That's all me. And you'll see a pint or two maybe of Alden's mint ice cream. And so those aren't my everyday staples, but they're part of my life. And they're the just because foods that make me happy, right? And that's actually one of the first thing my cart says about me is that I believe in balance. It's not an all or nothing. And I really do try to work with my clients on this as well. I'm not living on celery sticks and sadness and carrots and all that stuff, though I do like those items. That's not what it's about. And I'm also not throwing my health goals out the window every weekend either, though. And my cart reflects a lifestyle I can actually maintain balance, and that's the point. When I look at my cart, I see my priorities. So there's usually some kind of leafy green, spinach, big spring mix, whatever it is, super greens, I like those. There's protein. I do like the chicken breast, a grass-fed ground beef. So those are kind of two of my staples. There's a rainbow of veggies because I love to cook in color when I do cook. So you'll see all of those in there. And then there's some easy grab and go snacks for busier days because, like I said, I know myself. And if I don't have something quick, sometimes then I'll regret my choices later and I'll have more of those occasional snacks that I just mentioned more often. And so here's the interesting thing. Our grocery cart tells us about more than just our diet. They reflect on our season of life because it does change. So when I was in my 20s, my cart looked completely different, right? It was so many carbs and processed food, like hamburger helper, yes, please. Little Caesars pizza every week. It was great for lunch, leftovers, all those things. So definitely lots more convenience food, lots less thought about ingredients, definitely did not read labels, and way more sugar. So in my maybe like mid 30s, I started trying to be healthy, quote unquote. So it was full of all the trendy health foods, the, low fat this, sugar free that, but I didn't understand the bigger picture. And those, I have to say, are not health foods, by the way. I'm not promoting that as health. And now in perimenopause, my cart is more intentional. It is different, though, like I mentioned, I do splurge a little and I give myself flexibility. So I think more about protein for muscle and blood sugar balance because we definitely need that, especially in this age. Fiber, lots more fiber than I was ever used to, and foods that just really support my hormones and my mood, my blood sugar, all of that stuff. And it's not about perfection, it's about support. So, your cart is your weekly investment in how you want to feel. Think of it like steady energy, fewer crashes, better sleep, less inflammation, whatever that is that supports you. And for me, yes, that does include the popcorn, the cheddar bunnies, and the ice cream occasionally, because feeling good also means enjoying food without the guilt. And I think a lot of us get stuck in cart shame, at least with the clients that I've spoken to lately. And so that's what made me kind of prompt this topic, just to share and just be a little bit vulnerable without the shame on my end of some of these convenience foods that I actually do like to enjoy. And so have you ever been unloading your groceries and you suddenly get self-conscious about maybe what the cashier or the delivery driver might be thinking when they're doing your shopping? Like they're secretly judging your, frozen pizza or chips or whatever. So I just want to squash that right now because your cart is not a moral statement. It's just a snapshot of your week, not your entire worth as a human being. Not at all. So, and here's where the coach in me comes in, because I always like to see things as an opportunity. Every time you're filling that cart, you get to make micro decisions that move you closer to feeling how you want to feel or to reaching your goal, whatever that is. And that doesn't mean overhauling every single thing at once. I actually don't recommend that. But it might mean adding one extra fruit or vegetable this week, swapping one processed snack for something with more protein, choosing a better quality ice cream, and yes, Alden's absolutely is for me, instead of the cheap stuff full of artificial junk. So just making small swaps like that. And when you start looking at your cart that way, as a tool instead of a test, because it's not a test, it's just another tool. And grocery shopping actually gets kind of more fun because you get to start to see patterns within yourself, within your shopping. You notice when you've got plenty of color, right? Eat the rainbow. Or when your protein's a little bit low, or when your snacks are more like crunchy, whatever it is. And you can adjust without guilt, without extremes, and without feeling like you've quote unquote failed if a box of cheddar bunny sneaks in there, just saying. So if I can leave you with one thought today, it's this. Your grocery cart tells the truth about what you're prioritizing, but you get to write the story. You don't need to compare your cart to someone else's or even mine, or force it to fit into some coach or influencer's idea of perfect eating. You need to have it match your life, your health, and your joy, all of it, the whole body. You need to make it match all of you. All right, Hormone Hottie. So here's your small action of the week. Next time you're at the store, take 10 extra seconds before you hit the checkout line. Look at your cart and ask yourself, if this is my week in a basket, how do I feel about it? If there's something missing that would make you feel more energized or supported, add it. If there's something in there that's only in there out of habit but doesn't really serve you and you know it, then maybe try a swap, one tiny shift, 1 week at a time. That's all it's about. And if you want to share your cart with me, I'm serious. If you do, let's swap. Let me know a picture or post it in the Mighty Networks group if you're in there. Faith, Health, Fitness, or you can just DM me on LinkedIn or Instagram, wherever you're at. Let's normalize real, balanced, enjoyable grocery carts that actually work in real life. So until next time, shop smart, eat well, Enjoy your popcorn and keep those hormones happy. Take care.
Thank you for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, taking charge of your health is a journey, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, please be sure to share, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It does help me to reach more women like you who are striving for optimal health and happiness. And don't forget to follow me on social media for daily tips and inspiration. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep thriving.